Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 3 in my Formula 1 2020 Road to Formula 1 career mode, playing as Michael Schumacher. We're about to do the Formula 2 weekend at Barcelona in Spain. So we've got practice, qualifying, the feature race and the sprint race to come. Apologising in advance for the dogs barking in the background. Lovely opening introduction to the Barcelona Grand Prix. So that's the qualifying table after the qualifying session, showing the grid order for tomorrow's feature race. Decent pole lap, not the best, but it'll do, I'll take it. Do the feature race now. And the sprint race. Oh, it's raining.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit De Barcelona.
Why is it always raining at Barcelona? It rains every time in my Formula 1 career as well at this circuit, which really annoys me because this is one of my favourite tracks, but I never get to race it in the dry.
It's 730 metres from the grid to the slippery first turn, first of 16 corners around this 2.8 mile racetrack. Under better conditions, the long, wide turn 3 and uphill right-hander of turn 9 can both be taken at full throttle, but I'm not sure we'll be seeing any of the drivers doing that today.
I'm not looking forward to this.
I'm joined by a man who's had many a wet race, Davide Valsecchi. Just how challenging will these conditions be out there on track?
Delighted to be here, Alex. Even in this weather, nothing will be easy for them. We may have standing water, which means visibility will be a worry. They just need to stay clear of the white lines and curbs. That can cause you a real problem when it's so slippery.
Let's look at the grid order for today's race while the cars make their final preparations. Schumacher lines up on pole position, and it's Jack Aitken alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ilott, Joe, Giuliano Alesi, and Mazepin, Matsushita, Giotto, Sette Camara, Dorian Boccolacci, Hubert, King, Mick Schumacher, and Correa, Latifi, Calderon, Delatraz, and Ralph Boschung, Galeo, and Mahavir Raghunathan starts from the back.
Raghunathan.
Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
He's rubbish. You ever seen anyone worse than him?
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. You want me to make how many pit stops? What about car setup? Is there anything we can do front wing aero wise? Maybe add 2 more notches. Front wing. The front brake bias up a bit. About all I can think to do for this race start. Let's give it a try though, folks. Come on, wet race. Oh, Jesus. Okay, lights are on. Wet start to the race. I'm going to take it very... Ooh, bit wheel spinning. Oh, I'm getting overtaken by everybody. Let's have a look at that again. What happened there? Did I get just tons of wheel spin? Did. Loads of rear wheel spin. My mechanics obviously didn't dry my grid like Alex Albon's did at the weekend. In the Hungary race when they dried his grid. I'm just being very cautious around the outside. Oh, I do not like wet races. Like driving on glass, this. Can't see anything. Oh, jeez. Got to be super careful not to hit my lose a front wing or something. There's not going to be any DRS as well in the rain, so I have to pick out overtaking points very carefully. Well, I got one coming up at the end of this straight. There we go. Nice move. That's one place. Through the curves. Again, just running out. I'm trying to run out of the spray a little bit so I can actually see. Because I know these guys are going to be braking very, very early for their corners. Oh, oh. Not going to be an overtake into this corner. I don't know why we race in these conditions, I really don't, because it's not like the real Formula 1 and Formula 2 race in these conditions, because the FIA always red flag the sessions. And certainly for like Formula 2 and Formula 3, if it's raining, as we've seen in Austria and Hungary this year, they just cancel the races. If it's raining, they cancel the sessions. So why the fact the game makes you do the races is unbelievable. Also, I don't like the fact that the game does not let you, when it is a wet race, doesn't let you adjust your car setup. I feel that's a bit of an easy overtake into that corner. But yeah, when there's a full wet race like this, you should be able to alter your car settle, give yourself a wet settle. That's probably where I got my first warning for track limits, because I got on the green curve. I'm having to feather the throttle. Probably got a warning for track limits there as well. The stewards at this race were really strict on track limits, which is why I got so many warnings and why I picked up 2 penalties. Stricter than at the other race, definitely any of the other races we've done so far. And it surprises me in these conditions because, like I say, some of the times I ran wide, it wasn't really my fault. It's just there's no grip. And I don't think running wide in the areas where I ran wide gave me any advantage. I don't think I gained any lap time. Yeah, another overtake. I think all my overtakes are into that same corner. I think. It's about the only place on this track where you can make a bit of a lunge on somebody. You can have a bit of a dive. Usually you're too far away on the start and finish straight without the aid of... Oh, it's pitting early. It's only lap 3. Dude, it's not time for dry tyres yet. This rain is forecast for the duration, pretty much. I'm supposed to be pitting twice and having 2 lots of wet tyres in this race. However, looking at the tyre wear, I can't see me needing a second set of wet tyres. I know I'm scheduled to stop on lap 9, but I reckon if it stays like this raining, I reckon I can take this set to the finish because they're not wearing. The tyre wear is really low on the full wets. So unless the track dries out, I don't see me needing to pit. which could be an advantage to me because the AI they will definitely make a pit stop, which will give me 30 seconds on everybody, maybe more, depending on the length of the pit stops. Oh, I've been warned there. Even though I was slow, they would have given me a warning about track limits again. Stewards are getting on my case. Just pull over onto the wet side of the track, cool the tyres down a little bit, because that will prolong the life. Don't stay on the dry line all the time, because you'll end up starting to overheat the tyres. It's so strange. I've never done this race, Barcelona, in career mode, or even in my team save. It always flipping rains at Barcelona for the race, even though you've had dry practice, dry qualifying, and everything. All of a sudden, you get to race day and it's pouring with rain. And in Formula One, that goes badly for me. I cannot handle the Formula One car in the wet. This FP2 car though, I am actually enjoying driving this in the wet. Maybe it's because it's not as powerful. Oh, got wide there. That's where I picked up my first 3-second penalty there. That pushed me luck a little bit too far. But I'm actually surprised at how well I'm handling the car in F2. In the full wet. Maybe these cars just grip better. I am running a lot of downforce though. I put a lot of front downforce on the car in even in the qualifying and practice in the dry. I basically picked the balanced setup, the balanced car setup, and then I just jacked up the front downforce. Lowered the tyre pressures a bit to give me a bit more grip with the tyres, and a bit of a softer ride, and it seems to work. I'm finding in F1 2020 when you do your car setups, unlike previous games and previous years, it's fully plausible to run with a lot more front wing than rear wing, even on tracks where you wouldn't normally think you need a lot of downforce. You know, the high-speed circuits like, say, Monza or Spa, places like that. I have found that running a lot of front wing there is actually doesn't have any detrimental effect. It doesn't affect your speed, top line speed, but it does give you the grip in the corners. However, I have noticed if you increase your rear wing angle, that's when you start getting the lowest top speed, the poor straight line speed and that. So certainly from my experiences of playing this game so far, this year I'm actually racing a lot of races where my front wing angle is a lot higher than my rear wing. And in a lot of cases, you know, minimum 4-point gap. You know, my front wing will be 4 points of downforce higher than my rear wing. And I'm finding that works really well for me. Because the one thing I absolutely detest in a car is understeer. I do not like understeer at all. When I turn the wheel, I want the car to turn. You know, when I come up to a corner, I want the car to go round the corner. And that's kind of one of the issues I was having in my team career. Once I'd started doing like car upgrades and stuff, especially to the powertrain and the engine and that, because the car becomes that powerful by the time you've maxed out your full engine R&D tree. Your car's that powerful, you cannot keep it on the track. Your aero and chassis department, even with their upgrades fully maxed out, cannot give you a car that will stick to the circuit. So I've been really struggling in my team career. Now I've got my car actually like fully upgraded, because it actually handles worse now. So I think in this career mode, when we actually get to be in a proper Formula 1 team, I don't know if I'm going to spend a lot of time developing the engine and doing a lot of power upgrades. I think aero and chassis are more important, along with durability. Durability is key, because you don't want to have to keep having new engines and gearboxes and taking lots of penalties at races. So durability is going to be key for season or two, and then your chassis and aero upgrades, and then maybe towards the end of the career, if you do play all 10 seasons, you want to do your engine power system. But at the moment, it's all very steady. Then we're going to have a look at some of the other cars. All these guys are running pretty much at a consistent gap to one another. They don't want to get into the spray, and they don't. I'm struggling to see these guys making much overtaking in these conditions. See where they're trying to dry the track though, can't you? Where that dry line will start to appear if it stops raining. One of the things I did do is, after I decided not to pit on this lap, on lap 9, I did ask Jeff what the weather forecast was, and he did tell me that it would start to clear up after about 10 minutes. So then I was like, well, I'm definitely not stopping for another set of wet, so I'm going to keep going and see what happens. I did forget though that in Formula 2 they don't have intermediate tyres, they only have full wets. So it's not like I could have pitted and put on a set of inters in case the track started to dry and went that route, because you don't have that option in career mode in F2. You have to go for to dry if you're changing from full wets. If you don't want to run another set of full wets, you'd have to put dries, because that's your only other option. So dude's lost loads of time there. That's Sete Camera. I think that's Sete Camera. I'm sure I saw that on the Halo. Yeah, Sete Camera. King? Jordan King? Prima, that's probably Mick Schumacher, I would think. Yeah, Ferrari Schumacher. Ferrari Young Driver team. That's the team I should have joined with Michael. I couldn't remember what the team was. The Ferrari Junior team. I forgot they were Prima, so I ended up joining ART, which is the French team. But I probably should have joined them, and then we would have been a father and son team. I could have raced. Mick could have been my teammate. I think this is Tatiana Calderon, is it? Which is the only female driver in Formula 2. Trying to see the name. It's not very clear to see it on that car. It kind of has a bit of a Racing Point livery to it. Not the easiest thing in the world to see. Team Gotham. Hey, it's Batman. There's Ragunathan. Just a waste of time he is. Isn't he? He's a waste of time, that bloke. There's Jack Aitken. And there's me. Still out in front. Still cruising round with me wet tyres. Haven't pitted. I don't think where my teammate is in the other ART. Him. That's him, that's my teammate. He's the guy that doesn't finish the race. I'm going to stay on him because I want to see how does he break down. Let's watch him and see how he mechanically failed. What failed on his car? Did he crash? Did the engine go bang? That's one thing that is also good to play in the Formula 2 part of career mode, because you don't have to deal with all the reliability stuff. You don't have to worry about parts and gearboxes and engines. All's going pretty well. So quite a few cars have come in and changed tyres and put on a fresh set of the have put on a fresh set of the wets. I'm still running on the originals. I think a lot of these guys as well haven't pitted. Race leaders, I don't think any of them have come into the pits yet. I know my teammate did pit. He did actually pit because I got the message from Jeff in the race to say Nikita's in the pits. And then he retired shortly after that, actually. So we'll get some idea of when he's going to be finished. We will. Oh, that might be it. The engine went. That was it. That was my teammate, sadly out of the race. Oh. Great time to switch back to me when I just go off the track. I don't see rain falling anymore. I'm not seeing... There's a little bit of spray coming off the tyres at some points of the track. Otherwise, I think the track is starting to dry. I think we're starting to get dry conditions. Taking it nice and steady. We're on lap 15, so I think I do 2 more laps. A box at the end of lap 17. And then obviously lap 18 is my out lap. Then the last lap of the race, I think I went and did the fastest lap on the medium tyres. Because I started to see, I saw the other drivers had put on the mediums, had been pit and put on the mediums, and then they just started setting fastest lap, fastest lap, fastest lap, and I was like, okay, I need to change. Because if they were going that quick, the chances of them catching me probably was slim to none, but you know, what I didn't want to do is have an accident because I was on the wet tyres on a dry track. And if I was losing that much speed, or I got a puncture or something, or a blowout because of the temperature, because obviously full wets do not like being run in dry conditions. They overheat very quickly. But it was weird because every time I was trying to tell Jeff to pit, I was boxing this lap, he kept coming on the radio and telling me, we've got a new strategy for you on your MFD. And I was like, no, I don't want a new strategy, Jeff. I just want to come in, box and put on a set of medium tyres. But it was getting confusing. And I was like, having to keep checking the MFD to make sure it got the right settings. Before I came into the pits, because I was like, if I come in and he puts me on another set of wets, I'm not going to be happy. And I also checked the MFD settings to make sure they weren't going to freaking change my wing. which they seem absolutely obsessed to do. Cars come out of the pits, back marker being lapped on the medium tyres. Is he going to get out of my way? Blue flags, blue flags, blue flags. Come on. Yeah, he let me pass there, he did. He's actually trying to race me now, look. He's trying to come round the outside of me. Why? Because you're just going to get blue flagged again, dude. Why is the back marker racing me? What an idiot. If I got took out by a back marker, I would not be very happy. Yes, I'm on the wrong tyres technically. Yes, he may be faster, but he's a back marker. he's last. Here we go then, last 2 laps. On the medium tyres. Track dried ever so quick actually. I mean, I know full wet tyres do shift a massive amount of water, but we have cleaned up that track very well. Only getting the heat up in the tyres, look, on the dashboard. 79 degrees for the front, 76, 77 for the rears. Rears are obviously a lot cooler because I'm not spinning them up. Trying to make sure I don't wheel spin. Right, now, fastest lap, final lap. Hammer time, baby. Let's go for it. Well, just had to lift there, had to back out a little bit, otherwise I would run wide and I would have picked up another penalty, or worse, because I've had 2. I don't know how many strikes you get before the stewards DQ you for multiple breaches. This is a good lap. Controlling the car nicely. Bit of throttle, good throttle control. Put that corner nice, which for the first time in a couple of laps. And then across the line. To take the win. set the fastest lap of the race, 1:30.5, and pick up the points for the team. That's the feature race in Spain, ticked off. Sprint race next. Sprint race.
So as they climb out of the car, the ART team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly deserved win.
What a race. What a race in the wet.
Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
I think this race was won thanks to the tire management. You have to remember, it's not just about going as fast as you can. It's about consistency. It's about maintaining your speed over an entire race distance. So being able to keep the lap time competitive while still respecting the tires, that's where they won today.
An amazing race today, and a very well-deserved one too. The team worked very hard to get exactly the right setup out of the F2 car.
1-2?
It works for them, and the results speak for themselves. ARTGP winners today.
I probably could have gone to the end of that race on the wet tyres, but the fact that it did dry out towards the end and most of the other teams put the mediums on and started setting fastest laps, that kind of freaked me out a little bit. So I ended up using my own. I ended up coming in with 2 laps to go, putting the mediums on.
After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Schumacher increases their championship lead. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
I go for Wanzhou. The Univirtuosi driver
Why?
today just surprised me. He was so aggressive. He deserved the victory.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Teams Championship. ART have extended their lead over the championship. Meanwhile, Carlin move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
I'm not sure how my teammate got second then, because I thought I got a radio message in that race to say he didn't finish the race. It wasn't a 1-2 at all for us. What were they talking about on the grid? On the podium there? My teammate did not finish the race. He was out. DNF, didn't he? Yeah. Let us down badly, the guy did, because he didn't finish. Dreadful performance. But anyway, we move on to the third and final, the 4th race of the season, should I say. Don't know what that will be next. Don't know what the next race is. I got lots of exceeding track limit warnings. I got 6-second penalty actually for that, which was a shame. But there we go. Hopefully next race will be dry, which will be a lot better for me. It's dry.
And here we are, back after yesterday's exciting feature race for today's sprint. The top 8 from yesterday have been reversed for the grid down below, and we're almost ready to start.
26 degrees, it's clear, it's dry. This is how we want Spain to be.
Alongside me today, I'm delighted to welcome back to the commentary box the 2012 GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. There looks to be a challenging race ahead of the drivers today, Davide. With that in mind, what are you looking out for today?
Well, Alex, I want to see how the drivers at the back of the grid are going to roll up. They'll need to make an impact in the early stages, and they're probably hoping for a bit of luck at the start. We may see some bold maneuvers out there today.
I like the way he was talking about making an impact.
Jeff here,
Whilst
radio
the
check.
camera was
Check,
focused
can you
on
hear me?
Raghunathan.
Okay, we had a fantastic
The only
result in
impact
the
he's
last
likely
race.
to make
Let's
is
try
with
it
a
again here.
wall. Okay, here we go then. Sprint race time, boys and girls. Strategy is one 13-lap stint on the hard tyres. I sadly cannot start on the medium tyres because the hards are the mandatory for a dry race. As much as I would prefer to be on the medium tyres, we're going to have to do it on the hard. So let's go. Okay. Lights are coming on. Whoa, lots of wheel spin again. Not a great start. I'm struggling with my starts. That's not good. That is not good. I'm losing a lot of places. Whoa, what's happening? What the hell was that? I got took out. Somebody took me out there. Rewind. Let's have a look at that from the onboard. From the TV director. In fact, let's go and look at the start again of the race. Because I didn't get a very good start, did I? Let's see where I am. Now the car almost turned sideways on me, coming out the pit box. So I've already lost a couple of positions. I'm staying close to the inside, because I think that's going to give me the best chance. Another couple of cars have gone round the outside of me at this point. I'm going to make a bit of a lunge down the inside into this corner here. Try and outbrake a few people. They've gone around the outside of me. Oh! 3 wide into that corner just does not go. And there's a car out of the race there with its tyre up on its bonnet. But man, I got took out there. Who was that? Was that Aitken? He was kind of sandwiched between me and another car. That other car. And he just did not back out. Just did not back out. And 3 into 1 does not go. That was a good move. My usual favourite overtaking spot, just send it down the inside. You're not going to power around the outside there, dude. There's no DRS, of course, these first couple of laps at the start of the race, so it's going to make overtaking hard. I mean, P17 at the end of the first lap, everybody. Well played. Round of applause for Jack Aitken for being an absolute idiot, taking me out. Gonna have to get angry now. Not going to take any prisoners now. I'm going to get my elbows out and I'm going to start flipping, making sure I get the respect from these guys, because they ain't showing a 7-time world champion enough respect, and I deserve respect. Schumacher's just trying his best, bless him. We're going to get another guy into our usual favourite corner in a minute. Stay close to the orange guy. In fact, actually, did I just sling that around the outside? Into that corner? Into the fast DRS zone? I actually did. With banged wheels. I took 2 guys, didn't I? No. Banged wheels with the orange guy who actually lost the place to the car behind him. Number 21 car came through. Let's see. Should have DRS soon. End of lap 2. Next time round then. Oh. Whoa, bit of a tank slap. Caught it. Understeering like flip. I must have some front wing damage after that hit on the first lap. Car's not quite as pointy as it should be. Of course, the hard tyres don't really help. I would have, as I say, preferred to have done this race on the mediums. Oh, dude, you're weaving, man. Weaving around the track. See, they're all giving each other DRS at the minute, which is going to make this very awkward for me. But as long as I just stick my car into that spot, I'm going to gain a place. My favourite overtake that at this track. Oh, spun it. Saved it. Although, to be fair now, the guy behind me's got DRS, I haven't. This is going to be close. I'm just going to rely on brakes and bravery. I'm understeering terribly through that long turn 3. Really am. Let's get after it. Come on. We're up into P14. Going to be too far back here to make a lunge. Right, just stay close to him this time. Follow him. Follow him. Start and finish straight. Make sure we got DRS down the start and finish straight. Great drive. Now matey's gonna move right over there. But he's gonna force me to go around the long line. I showed him respect, gave him room, no contact there. Again, I'm understeering here. The front wheels are just going left across the surface of the track. Got a bit deep. Matey's going to come back on the inside of me, but I'm going to switch back and go under him. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, that's him out the race. Goodbye. Goodbye, sunshine. Thanks for coming. Told ya. These drivers need to give me more respect than they have been showing me. Schumacher's not afraid to fight dirty, we all know. We all remember Adelaide in 94 and Jerez in 97, don't we? We all know what he's like. Got that fucking mean streak, that dirty streak in him. And these F2 guys, they've never raced against anybody like Schumacher, so they've just got to be a bit careful. Coming to the first corner nicely, does it? Again, that drive out of that corner. Oh dear, matey boy's lost his front wing end plate. Well, I managed to overtake two people in one corner, in two corners. Maybe not the cleanest of overtakes. What happened there? I kind of went... I tried to overtake this guy into the DRS zone, but understeer again. My front wing at this point must be damaged. And I'm just pushing so hard that... physics, you know? I'm not going to be able to stay on the track if I don't slow down. I'm just driving too fast. Because I'm that angry after that race start, being spun round, that I'm desperate to get back up the field. I'm now in P8, which is the position I started the race in, so at least I've managed to get back to net P8 at this moment in time. It's taken me 6 laps to get back to where I started, but now we can think about going forward and actually trying to get something from this race. Oh, fucking hell, dude. Give me a heart attack, why don't you? Why do these guys move in the braking zone? Why do they try to block you? It's so dangerous. So dangerous. Oh, that was a bit of contact. That was a bit of rubbing. Too far back to make a dive. Plenty of carbon fibre and bits and bobs there. Somebody's had a bit of a bump and a shunt. On the same tyres. They're all look to be on the hard, these 4 cars in front of me. Which means none of them are going to be pitting. So if I'm going to pass them, I've got to pass them on the track. I'm not going to be able to... You're gone. Goodbye. Using some throttle control now to stop the car understeering and sliding off. I was a little bit deep late on the brakes there. But again, he's still on the inside. Is he? No, he's behind me. That was a good move. Again, come off that corner. Great traction. I thought matey might try going up the inside of me again, but ooh. Very nearly was a collision there when I come back on the track. He probably had to take his foot off the gas and maybe touch the brake pedal there. Otherwise he would have been straight into me. Another car taken at my favourite corner. P4 now. Lap 9 of 13, so 4 laps to go after this. Need to get past this Dan's car as quickly as possible. Come on! I'll beat him into that corner. He might switch and try and go underneath me. No, he didn't. I closed the door. I've kept it closed. P3. This must be... Is it P3 or P5? No, it's P3. That's Giotto in front of me, and then it's Hubert. Hubert ahead of him. Antoine Hubert. Again, understeer like flip. That hurts me, because that means I don't catch and gain on the guy. Not going to be overtaken in this lap. Too far back. Tyres are starting to feel a little bit iffy. They are. I'm not getting starting to not like the tyres. Pushed them and pushed them. I probably cooked them actually. I probably overheated them. I really have pushed them hard to try and get back into this race after that first lap spin. But man, come on. DRS. Get the guy to go to the inside, then we'll go down the outside. Last of the late breakers. One down. Last one to go. And I know there's probably going to be people sat at home right now going, oh no, please let him win. He deserves to win. You know. Show some respect to Antoine Hubert. Let him win a race in the game. You know, as a mark of respect and, you know, that to him. But no, we've got to win. I'm sure Antoine would never have liked anybody to hand him a victory in real life. He would have loved to have earned a victory, and that himself. He wouldn't have wanted anyone to give him one on the track, because that no racer wants to be handed a victory. They want to earn it. They want to race. So, if he beats me in a straight race, then, you know, fair play to him. But I'm not going to take it easy on him. Too wide there. Two laps to go. I'm going to get this overtake done and win this race. I need to not make mistakes. Got to keep the car between the white lines. I think we're probably going to have him into our favourite corner. I can get close here and then follow him through the DRS zone. I'll get DRS advantage and I'll be able to take him into my favourite corner. Now, get him. He's gone to defend the... Dude, you got to go inside. Oh, I've gone wide. I've gone wide. He's inside me. So coming down this straight, he went to the racing line, I went to the inside. Probably a little bit late on the brakes, couldn't make the corner. He's coming back with wheel to wheel. Oh, that's why he didn't want to go over that curb. He did not want to go over that curb. That curb on the inside there will spin you. Will spin you out of the race very quickly if you go over that. So that's probably what stopped him from I was dead man there. I was on the outside. By all rights, he should have overtook me again there. But once he hit that curb, it was game over for him. Otherwise, he'd have spun. He'd have spun. Last lap, just got to bring the car home now. No more adventures. Let's start to calm down, take a breath. It's been an insane 20 minutes or so in this race. Man. After being punted out on the first lap, we have recovered sensationally. You know, what a comeback drive that was in that race. Okay, we took a few victims.
That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for ART today.
That was a race. Boy, was that a race.
Davide, what do you think made
Took
the
out
difference?
early on.
Although the Formula 2 cars are all the same
What a
spec,
comeback.
the winner just looked better out there. It would have been a combination of getting those tires up to running temperature faster and driving to
I certainly took some names.
They made it look easy out there.
Definitely
today.
got some elbows out. There's a few guys that didn't finish after I passed them.
ART, the French team who have been racing since the 90s in various forms of motorsport, are once again back on the winner's podium today after a brilliant display of driving skill.
Load of experience points. Sadly, I've already reached level 30, so none of these podium point things actually count for anything for me.
And now, let's take a look at the driver's standings. Schumacher increases their championship lead. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
For me, the RT driver was the best in the field today. They fought so hard and had incredible pace at times, so I don't think anyone did a better job today.
And now a look at the team standings. ART have extended their lead over the championship. Another team that excelled today was Dams, who make further progress up the table. That's it for today's race. From Davide and I, it's goodbye, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
I have a bit of an issue with Davide. Why does he call me ART driver? My name is Michael Schumacher. You should be able to freaking know that, Davide. Joe got terminal damage. Aitken got terminal damage. Schumacher got warned for a collision with Aitken, which probably caused the terminal damage. Juan Manuel Correa got terminal damage following a collision with Michael Schumacher. Same with Delatraz. So I took out 3 people. Then Mick Schumacher, I think he must have crashed into Delatraz. And then Boccolacci, I think, crashed into Mick Schumacher. So those two kind of got caught up in his exit from the race. And then the Trident got warned for colliding with me. So someone actually hit me for a change. But what I want to know is, how come the guy that hit me at the start of the race didn't get penalised? That is bad. That is bad. Because I got spun off the track and punted off by a guy. And marshals didn't take any action. Maybe because it was first lap. And I know stewards tend to be a bit relaxed on the opening lap of a race with the rules, but still, I thought that was very unfair. Anyway, I'll be back for the next race in the series, race number 5, very soon. Goodbye for now, everybody. You watch again from the onboard. Watch the cars in front. There's me, down inside. Matey turns in, breaks his suspension. What is he doing? He's like, oh, car in front of me, I'm blocked. Oh, what a pile up. That's why. So that's why Schumacher didn't finish the race. He's lost most of his front wing. Okay, yeah. I could see why that ended up being quite a disaster.